Hi guys, Linnea here. Okay, I'm back for part 3. I practiced on the other side and got that nice and done and good and secure. Full inside front cover. So I realize how to do it now and I want to share that with you. So we're going to do the inside of the other cover. So remember, we lay our sheet on there, we glued it down. This is on the inside. And I wanted to show you how that leather looks like it's coming right out of the book. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So it's going to look even more like it when we're done here. So the top of this leather, let me get this close so you can see. This is all going to be tucked in, so it's not going to look like that. But you can see how this looks on top where the paper came to it. It doesn't hardly even look like it's any different. It looks like it's the same piece of leather. It's really amazing how it worked. So I practiced on the other side so I'd be sure and do it right on camera. And what I realized was when I put my paper down, I didn't have all my edges completely done very well to the edge. So my green is showing. So I'm going to go over and touch that up just a bit. And I've decided not to pour my Mod Podge in a bowl. It just seems like a waste when I can just dip it in the... My bucket is big, so... And I don't need a whole lot for this because I'm just touching up. So I'm going to pull this back and paint that edge and put it down on there. I'm going to pull it back all along and see where my green is showing and do the same thing. Okay. And then I'm just going to fold that over and run my hand over it good so it sticks. And then I'm going to check the top. Did good at the top. And I'm going to check the bottom. I did good at the bottom. Okay. So we're good and we're ready to go. So what we're going to do next is take all these pieces here that are residual and we are going to actually fold them in like so. So we're going to, I actually started with the bottom and the top. So just kind of fold it up and get it ready. There we go. And then you're going to Mod Podge underneath that fold. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right in your way. Anyway, I folded this all up and got it ready. And then I'm going to pull it back just straight up so that I can Mod Podge under it. And I'm going to get these corners that are sticking out as well so that it's completely laid down. So we're going to do that. So I'm getting those corners. And be sure you go up far enough so that it really, really sticks. It's not going to matter because you're going to Mod Podge the whole thing. So it really isn't going to matter how far up you go. And then remember to get that little extra flap that's hanging off. Okay. So once you get it all Mod Podge, you set your brush down and you just fold it over. All there is to it. You've already got the fold made. And you want to concentrate on your corners and get those nice and even where you've did that glue on the little tabs. And then you want to go all the way down. And it may not seem even right now, but trust me, it will be when you're done. Okay. And then I'm just using my finger to kind of go over it to really get that glued down. Especially on that corner. Especially on the corners. Corners are going to make and break your book. You want them to look genuine. And it doesn't matter that I'm wiping that off because the whole thing is going to be done. Then I'm going to turn my book completely around and do the other end. The same way. Oh, fold it first. And it's okay that it's not even, that it's more paper on one end than the other. Like I said, it's really not gonna, it's really, really, really not gonna show. I folded that just a little bit far. Pull it back some. There we go. I want to make sure those corners are covered. Okay. Pull it up so it's standing straight up. And get your glue on there one more time. Remember to go to the corner of your flap. And go up far enough to really make sure it's going to be covered. And get that spine good. And then get your little flap. Okay. And then again, we're just going to fold that over. Make sure your ends are good. And then just go on over with it. And just kind of smooth it as you go. Don't go in too far. If it looks like you're going in too far, back it off. Make sure your corners are covered. And then just get that good and push down. Now don't worry if you didn't quite go up far enough, don't worry about it. Like I said, you're going to Mod Podge the whole thing. It's not going to really matter. And then go over your seal with your finger and that glue. Get that good. I didn't go up quite far enough on this end, but that's okay, like I said. Okay, once we get all that on, then we can do the sides. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it till it's fitting good. And it's going to look like it's another piece of leather on the inside of that book. And you're going to see the fold, but that's okay. Not these folds, but the outside fold where the book comes together. I'll show you when I get this done. Okay, so once you do that, get your Mod Podge and glue that puppy down. All the dogs in the neighborhood are going nuts, and I don't know why, because it's like 11 o'clock at night. Okay, after you get all your Mod Podge on there, then again, you just fold it over. Now, on the corner, you want to pull it in just a tiny bit. And you're going to have a wrinkle. That's okay. You're going to go right over that wrinkle, so it's not going to matter. There you go. Your corners need to be good and secure. Okay, and then you just smooth it out. Use the glue on your finger to kind of blend it in so it looks like it's kind of part of the book. And get those corners. Okay. Getting the glue off my finger. And we're going to do the other side now, the last side. Watch your leather. You don't want to get any glue on that, so keep your little piece of leather hanging out, protected. Okay, and then we'll do our other side. I'll fold it over, Candy. Okay, again, make sure your corners are attached, and if you've got any where it's not, go back over that and glue it down, because it's important that it's all attached. I've got a whole stinking area here that's not. A big area. Oh, that's because that wasn't the page that went there. Now I've got glue to worry about. Give me 1 sec. I've got to wipe this off with something. I thought it was the part that I was supposed to be attached to, and it wasn't. Of course. Again, it's candy. Okay. I think that'll be good enough. I'm just going to lay this here for protection. Okay. Then I'm going to lay it down. I got it folded, and I'm going to go ahead and Mod Podge that side. Remember to go up far enough. And it's okay if your edges aren't even. Like if one side is, like that side is a little shorter than this side or what, it doesn't really matter. Trust me. It's not going to show when you're done. And then if you get a little piece that's torn, sticking up, just Mod Podge right over. It's gonna blend right in, I promise. Okay. And get your corners. Make sure you work on those corners. You want them to look as realistic as possible. And then all your edges. And then just rub that glue across the seam. Again, I didn't get as much on this end. That's okay. It's like I said, you're going to do the whole thing. Okay, so once you get it all sealed down, you got your book done. It looks like your inside cover. So then you're going to Mod Podge the whole thing. Get this off my finger. You're going to Mod Podge the whole thing, and it's going to look like one piece. Or very close to one piece. Oh, got a hair hanging out of my brush. Let's throw that away. Let go of me. Okay. And then we're just going to Mod Podge right over this whole thing. My book wants to travel. You really want to do a job on those wrinkles. Watch your leather. You don't want to get your leather, but you want to get as close to it as you can. And watch your corners. You want your corners to look realistic, so really get those Mod Podged. or glued if you're using Elmer's, which is fine. Just be sure you get all the nooks and crannies, all the wrinkles. Get that spine real good. And this is going to look like you painted it white when you're done with some black underneath. That's what it's going to look like. You can see it there. And that's good. You want it like that. You want it to look. Let me get this protective piece off of here if I can without tearing my book up. There we go. I did. Yay me. And then we're going to Mod Podge the other page. And you'll notice I'm being generous. I really want this wet because I want it to really be stuck down. And you can Mod Podge the outside of your book too. Be careful of your button. If you use a button, remember this is like a make your own. You do your own ideas. I'm just showing you mine. Giving you a guideline. But you can use any fastening thing you want. On Augustus, my first one I made, the really big one, I used a belt to fasten him. And it was amazing. He turned out awesome. Yes, I named him. He has his own personality, his own spirit. So he got his own name. I'm being careful with this edge because some other pages are sticking out and I don't want to glue my pages together. Okay. And again, make sure you get all those nooks and crannies and all those wrinkles. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Tangi did the same thing to the front cover. She covered it with the Mod Podge. So that might be the way to go. I personally don't know yet if I'm going to do that. I'm waiting to see exactly how the inside turns out to decide if I want to do that on the outside. Yet the inside can be different because it's not the outside. Okay, totally covered. Let me give you a peek. There it is, totally covered in Mod Podge. I'm watching that leather. Okay, and then you just let it dry. And believe it or not, if you're using Mod Podge, it does not take long. It was probably 30 minutes from the time I did the other page till I could video this for you. So there you go. Once you're done with your cover, you can start painting your pages. I don't think you need me to show you that. So I'm not gonna. You just paint your pages whatever color you want. I want mine black, and then I'm going to tea stain blank pages. And I'm going to tear them and then burn the edges and glue those in my book. I'm not going to Mod Podge on top of the paper because I want to be able to write in the book. And Mod Podge is not like writing friendly. I learned that the hard way with Augustus. And neither is white paint. I don't know why. And neither is black paint. The paints, the acrylics are just not, I used acrylic. And the acrylic paint is just not, you can't write on it. So that's why I'm painting the pages and then gluing paper. And so paint your pages and then you can glue your paper on whatever way you want, whatever colors you want. It's your book. And then in between on these pages, you can add, designs and little stickers or buttons or those shiny things I had, or I have a flower in Augustus that it was literally just I can show you. One of these flowers on a stem, a fake flower, and I pulled it off and I painted the flower on both sides black, and then I placed it in Augustus with a hot glue gun, and then I Mod Podged over it. And it came out amazing. I will show it to you very soon. But it came out really nice. And so you really can't make a mistake here. You can go right back over it and recover it or paint it or anything you want to. You really can't screw this up. It's come out really exciting. I'm very happy for it. I will show you about attaching the button, but I want to wait till the pages are painted so I know how thick the book is going to get and if I need to cut my leather piece here or if I can just leave it as long as it is. And so we will catch up next time. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you very soon. Have a great, blessed evening. Your divine and sacred beings of light and love. I love each and every one of you. I will talk to you soon. Bye.